Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching Diversity of Living Organisms Part 1. It's a very interesting lesson. So there are so many plants and animals around us. We know very little about them, isn't it? So most of them belongs to a world not visible to the unaided eye. As you have already studied in the chapter microbial world, there are so many microorganisms are there. The types of organisms that we have studied so far are also in lakhs. Do you agree? Yes. They existing from the mountain peaks to deserts and to the deep oceans, from extreme cold conditions to extreme hot ones, and many more. Such diversity is the symbol of nature. Okay? The objects exhibiting growth, development, responsiveness, and other characteristics of life are designated as living beings. Okay? So certain characteristics of living beings include the cellular structure, the metabolism, growth, reproduction, consciousness, organization, internal energy, homeostasis, variations, adaptations, movements, lifespan, healing, repair, disposal of wastes, death, etc. These are all the characteristic features of living organisms. Okay, children. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss more about the diversity of living organisms, especially plants and animals. Okay, studying about the diversity. About diversity we are going to study. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. Diversity in living organisms. The studying about diversity as it is would be a very chaotic and a difficult task. Moreover, describing and naming each organism individually without knowing the organisms that might be sharing common characteristics would be insignificant. It is not at all useful. So thus, the people who have tried to study diverse organisms in nature have tried to make up the groups of them on the basis of differences and similarities found among them. So this helped to identify largely varied and closely related groups of organisms. Okay? So thus our knowledge of entire living world depends on first making meaningful groups to carry out our study in a systematic manner. Okay, children? So many scientists in this regarding this aspect, diversity, they conducted so many experiments, so many observations, so many clues have been given. The present knowledge which we gained due to the work of them. Okay, so this lesson will proceed with several activities. Okay, the first activity, observation of plants. Collect the leaves from different so in this lesson we will try to study the diversity present among several living organisms, classify and appreciate nature's miracle. Okay, diversity in plants, the first part. We will start with an activity, observation of plants. So collect the leaves from different plants and observe them carefully and fill the table. Here the table is given. So in this table name of the plant, the leaf of which is taken, whatever may be. So like the serial number, so some 3 to 5 leaves you can collect. Length of the leaf you can measure with the help of a scale, and width also means the diameter, okay, and color of the leaf, mostly green in color, or if any other color you mention. Then shape and size of the leaf, okay, that is also you need to mention. Means if it is conical, okay, if it is tubular, whatever the shape you find, you mention in this table. The margin of the leaves, how it is a saw like, or a rough margin, or smooth margin, okay, or blade like, whatever it may be, margin of the leaf. Then venation of the leaf. Venation of the leaf means the arrangement of, you studied in the previous classes that the leaf internally there are several thread like formation of, you can observe a net like. So the middle one, the middle of the leaf, a line like it is there, that is called the mid vein. That vein is divided into several small veins called venation. Arrangement of veins and veinlets on the leaf is called venation. So based on that venation, there are two types of venation are there: parallel venation and reticulate venation, which you have studied in the lower classes. So you have to recall. So whatever the experiment we are conducting, it is related to somewhat, you have to recall the knowledge which you have learnt in your previous classes, okay. So by filling this table you will gain some knowledge. So let us proceed. So could you find any two leaves which are similar with respect to any of the characters, that is size, shape, color, or any other as mentioned in the table? Definitely color will match, okay, sometimes the size and shape also match. So note down the differences you observed in the sample of leaves collected by you. Write two such characteristics that differed most. Mostly you will find the difference in this column, venation, okay. Sometimes it is a parallel venation, sometimes it is reticulate venation, okay. So remaining so leaf margin, it may vary, okay, the shape may vary. So those differences you can mention separately, okay. Here for example, there are different types of leaves are there here. You see this leaf is very long, okay, this leaf is zigzag, this leaf is somewhat conical, so this is very conical, okay. There are different shapes, different size. This is parallel venation, this is reticulate venation. So this is the veinlets arrangement, okay. So like that, simple leaves, compound leaves, all those things you have studied in your lower classes, okay. Just recall the knowledge. Let us proceed. Now activity 2. To study more about such characteristics, let us do another activity. So that is the observation of external characters of plants. What are the external characters? The external characters means here monocot, dicot. This also, these terms also you are familiar, monocot and dicot. So collect at least 5 different plants. You can collect 5 different plants. At least 2 must be either grasses, maize, paddy, like that, okay. So 5 different plants you can collect with the flowers from your surroundings. So observe their external characters carefully. The external characters means how is the root system, how is the stem, how are the leaves, how are the flowers. Okay, all those external characters you have to observe carefully. Draw the following table in your notebook and note down your findings. Okay, you can also do this with as many flowering plants as possible. So once again, one table, you can draw this table and you can fill name of the plant. If it is grass, grass plant. Okay, like that, at least five plants you can collect from your surroundings. Okay, so very interesting. If you do this with the care, you will gain much knowledge. You will understand better the concepts. Means our aim is to find the diversity in plants, how the plants have been classified, how the plants have been divided. Okay, so name of the plant, then length of the stem, length between nodes. Nodes means the gap present between the, okay, node means the place where leaf arises is called a node. Between the two nodes, how much length it is. Then leaf venation, previously we have seen, no, how the venation is. The next flower, either single or in groups. Okay, for example, if you take rice and grass plants in groups, the flowers may be. The number of petals, if the flower is individual or single, count the number of petals. Petals means the colorful part of the flower. The number of sepals, the green color part. Okay, below the above the sepals, green color parts, petals are present, or below the petals the sepals are present. You can count them, number of sepals. The next root system also you observe. If main root is present, it is a tap root. If main root is not there, only the root hairs, like it is called fibrous root. Okay, if tap root is present, it is dicot. If fibrous roots are present, it is a monocot. If the venation is reticulate, dicot. If the venation is parallel, monocot. Like that, by means of this external characters observation, you can identify the plant as a monocot and a dicot. Okay, this is also another useful activity. Oh, do this activity. Okay, you can for reference you can see the textbook, and you can take help of your elder brother or sister or your subject teacher. Okay, let us proceed. In this activity 2, now after filling the table, which characters give above varied most? Okay, the characters like taproot, fibrous root, in this difference you will find. Leaf venation, you can find the difference, and you can find the difference in the flower single or born in group. There also you can find. Okay, these 3. Next, select a character mentioned above which shows minimum diversity. The minimum diversity, you will see length between the nodes, length of the stem, okay, and the number of petals and number of sepals also, little diversity you will see. Minimum diversity. Did you find any similarities? Definitely you can find some similarities. What are they? The similarities also, the differences, minimum differences are the similarities only. Okay. Did you find the patterns like plants with fibrous roots have flowers born in groups? Yes, monocots. Okay, note some other patterns that you may have observed. That is leaf venation, parallel venation you can see. In grass plants, in paddy, okay, you will see this pattern, fibrous roots and parallel venation in the leaves. So carefully observe the plants collected by you and note down some other characters not mentioned in the table. Already this table is there, no? So some other characters, if any you observe, you can note. Okay. So that is like some other phenomena you have studied, that is phyllotaxy, okay, arrangement of leaves, how the leaves are arranged on the stem, that is another characteristic feature. Okay. And the nature of the stem, whether the stem is branched or unbranched. Okay. So how are the roots, how is the main root, and how whether the root hairs are present or not. So everything by means of keen observation, you can use a hand lens, that is a magnifying glass, to observe some more characters clearly. Next. So did you notice any two plants which were alike with regard to the above characteristics? Yes, some grass plant as well as the paddy or rice plant are similar. If not, note down what differences you find. So note down some similar characters that you have observed. And we can see that there are several characters that we can choose to make groups of plants. Some groups would have many plants taken in our sample, while some would have just a few. Okay. So your friends are also doing the same experiment, same activity, then you can compare. Okay. So far we have discussed about the plants and their leaves, but what about their seeds? So now let us know about the seeds. So you know that the seeds look different, but if we open them, would they show similar structure, makeup, or completely different ones? So you take the seeds of Bengal gram, the seeds of groundnut, like that, some samples of seeds you can take and proceed for the next experiment. The activity 3, observing the seeds. So observation of seeds. Collect some seeds from the plants of green gram, red gram, Bengal gram, wheat, paddy, groundnut, maize. These are all the different seeds. Soak these seeds for a day and observe them carefully. Take a maize seed and press it between the fingers. Maize seed means maize, corn seed. Okay, corn means you will understand, no? So corn seed, and press it between the fingers. Some milky substance come out. Does the small white structure come out? Yes. So actually the maize seeds from fresh soft corn cobs would easily let this structure out. Okay, observe that whitish structure which come out carefully, and actually it is the baby plant. It is called embryo. What is embryo? Embryo is nothing but the baby plant. The portion left in your hand within the seed coat has a single cotyledon. It has a single cotyledon or single seed leaf. Okay, repeat the activity with all the soaked seeds, whole grains of wheat, rice, and other seeds as well. Okay, so use a hand lens, that is a magnifying glass, for your careful and close observation. Okay, so what we have done, we have selected the seeds of different plants. What are they? Green gram, red gram, Bengal gram, wheat, paddy, groundnut, and maize. So nearly 7 types of seeds you have selected, and soak it in the water overnight, and the next day you can perform this experiment. Okay, you can press the seed between your two fingers, that is the thumb finger and the index finger in between. You can press that corn seed. If you press, a small white portion come out, that is nothing but baby plant or embryo. Repeat the same experiment with other grains. Okay, and what you have observed, make a table like the one given beside in your copy, and note down your observations in the table. In case you do not know names, write a number or give name on your own. Okay, you can write a number or you can keep an alphabet, whatever it may be, your own. Note down what differences that you observed. Okay, here the name is not important, so studying the seed is very important. Name any characters as mentioned in the table that helped you to roughly divide the samples of seeds into groups. So like this, here take the 5 to 7 different types of seeds. Name of the seed you can write, the color of the seed. Okay, green gram, green color, red gram, red color, whatever may be the color, the Bengal gram, and shape of the seed. So cylindrical, round, oval, whatever may be the shape, and size you can write. The next, number of cotyledons. You can break the seed. Okay, if it is broken into 2 equal parts, it is 2. Okay, if you are unable to break it into 2, then it is a single cotyledon, single leaves. Okay, and other characteristics, if anything you find, you mentioned here. Okay, right, let us proceed. Now the following activity leads us into the systematic way of grouping, isn't it? You will again need the soaked seeds and softened seeds for this purpose. So open the given seeds. You can open it. When you try to do this with peanut, okay, batani. So peanut means this is groundnut. Okay, 2 thick portions come out with which are its cotyledons. Okay, you can break a groundnut seed or a peanut seed into 2 parts equally. So see if you find such structures in other seeds taken by you. For example, maize, you can't break it into 2, isn't it? If needed, you can take help of hand lens as well and observe whether it is broken into 2 equal halves or not. See here, that's why the seeds which can be broken into 2 equal parts, they are called dicots. Okay, the seed which cannot be broken into 2 equal parts, it's a monocot. Okay, so this is the white portion which come out when you press a maize seed. Okay, when you press between the 2 fingers, then the white small portion come out, that is called the embryo or baby plant. Okay, next, so further more details we will continue. I hope you understood. Please read the textbook. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.